Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Chapter 2 Desire. Continue with Part 2. Only those who become money conscious ever accumulate great riches. Money consciousness means that the mind has become so thoroughly saturated with the desire for money that one can see oneself already in possession of it. To the uninitiated, who has not been schooled in the working principle of the human mind, these instructions may appear impractical. It may be helpful to all who fail to recognize the soundness of the 6 steps, to know that the information they convey was received from the Andrew Carnegie, who began as an ordinary laborer in the street mills, but managed, despite his humble beginning, to make these principles yield him a fortune of considerably more than $100 million. It may be of further help to know that the 6 steps here recommended were carefully scrutinized by late Thomas Alva Edison, who placed his stamp of approval upon them as being not only the step essential for the accumulation of money but necessary for attainment of any definite goal. The steps call for no hard labor, they call for no sacrifice, they do not require one to become ridiculous or ridiculous. To apply them call for no great amount of education, but the successful application of these 6 steps does call for sufficient imagination to enable one to see and to understand that accumulation of money cannot be left to chance, good fortune, and luck. One must realize that all who have accumulated great fortunes first did a certain amount of dreaming, hoping, wishing, desiring, and planning before they acquired money. You may as well know right here that you can never have riches in great quantities unless you can work yourself into a white heat of desire for money and actually believe you will possess it. You may as well know also that every great leader from the dawn of the civilization down to the present was a dreamer. Christianity is a greatest potential power in the world today because its founder was an intense dreamer who had the vision and the imagination to see realities in their mental and spiritual form before they had been transformed into physical form. If you do not see great riches in your imagination, you will never see them in your bank balance. Never. In the history of America has there been so great an opportunity for the practical dreamers as now exists. The 6-year economic collapse has reduced all men substantially to the same level. A new race is about to be run. The stacks represent huge fortune which will be accumulated within the next 10 years. The rule of the race have changed because we now live in changed world that definitely favors the masses, those who had but little or no opportunity to win under the conditions existing during the depression when fear paralyzed growth and development. We who are in the race for riches should be encouraged to know that this changed world in which we live in demanding new ideas, new ways of doing things, new leaders, new inventions, new methods of teaching, new methods of marketing, new books, new literature, new features for the radio, new ideas for moving pictures. Back of all this demand for new and better things, there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose. The knowledge of what one wants and burning desire to possess it. The business depression marked the death of one age and the birth of another. This changed world requires practical dreamers who can and will put their dreams into action. The practical dreamers have always been and always will be the pattern marker of civilization. We who desire to accumulate riches should remember the real leaders of the world always have been men who hastened and put into the practical use the intangible, unseen force of unborn opportunity and have converted those forces into the skyscraper, cities, factories, airplanes, automobiles, and every form of the convenience that makes life more pleasant. Tolerance and an open mind are practical necessities of the dreamer of today. Those who are afraid of new ideas are doomed before they start. Never has there been a time more favorable to pioneers than the present. True, there is no wild and woody west to be conquered as in the day of the convert wagon. But there is a vast business, financial and industrial world to be remolded and redirected along new better lines. In planning to acquire your share of riches, let no one influence you to scorn the dreamer. To win the big stake in this changed world, you must catch the spirit of the great pioneer of the past, whose dreams have given the civilization all that it has of value, the spirit which serves as the lifeblood of your own country, your opportunity and mind to develop and market our talents. Let us not forget Columbus dreamed of an unknown world, staked his life on the existence of such a world, and discovered it. Copernicus, the great astronomer, dreamed of the multiplicity of worlds and revealed them. No one denounced him as impractical after he had triumphed. Instead, the world worshipped at his shine, thus providing once more success requires no apologies, failure permits no alibis. If the thing you wish to do is right and you believe in it, go ahead and do it. Put your dreams across and never mind what they say if you meet with the temporary defeat, for they perhaps do not know that every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success. Henry Ford, poor and uneducated, dreamed of the horseless carriage, went to work with what tools he possessed without waiting for opportunity to favor him, and know now evidence of his dream belts an entire earth. He has put more wheels into operation than any man who ever lived, because he was not afraid to back his dreams. Thomas Edison dreamed of a lamp that could be operated by electricity, began where he stood to put his dream into action, and despite more than 10,000 failures, he stood by that dream until he made it a physical reality. Practical dreamers do not quit. Wayland dreamed of the chain of cigar store, transformed his dream into action, and now the United Cigar Store occupy the best corners in America. Lincoln dreamed of freedom for the black slaves, put his dream into action, and barely missed living to see a united North and South translate his dreams into reality. The Wright brothers dreamed of a machine that would fly through the air. Now one may see evidence all over the world that they dreamed soundly. Marconi dreamed of a system for harnessing the intangible force of the ether. Evidence that he did not dream in vain may be found in every wireless and radio in the world. Moreover, Marconi's dream brought the humblest cabin, the most stately manor house side by side. It made the people of every nation on earth backdoor neighbors. It gave the President of United States a medium by which he may talk to all the people of America at one time and on short notice. It may interest you to know the Marconi's friend had him taken into custody and examined in a psychopathic hospital. When he announced he had discovered a principle through which he could send messages through the air without the aid of wires or other direct physical means of communication, the dreamers of today fare better. The world has become accustomed to new discoveries, nay, it has shown a willingness to reward the dreamer who gave the world a new idea. The greatest achievement was, at first and for a time, but a dream. The oak sleeps in the acorn, the bird waits in the egg, and in the highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stirs. Dreams are the seedling of reality. Awake, arise, and assert yourself your dreamer of the world. Your start is now in ascendancy. The word depression brought the opportunity you have been waiting for. It taught people humility, tolerance, and open-mindedness. The world is filled with the abundance of opportunity which the dreamer of the past never knew. The burning desire to be and to do is the starting point from which the dreamer must take off. Dreams are not born in indifferences, laziness, or lack of ambition. The world no longer scoff at the dreamer nor call him impractical. If you think it does, take a trip of Tennessee's and witness what a dreamer president has done in the way of harshening and using the great water power of America. A score of years ago, such a dream would have seemed like madness. You have been disappointed. You have undergone defeat during the depression. You have felt the great hurt within the crushed until it bled. Take courage, for these experiences have tempered the spiritual metal of which you are made. They are assets of incomparable value. Remember too that all who succeed in life get off a bad start and pass through many heartbreaking struggles before they arrive. The turning point of the life of those who succeed usually come at the moment of some crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves.